Hello guys, hi Shari. Okay, some more big news today. Now, let's see here. So we have Lori Vallow's hearing, and she was silent during her hearing today. Let me just go to the, let me just go to, hold on one second. Go over here, jump in here. All right, well, Sassy just went outside and she's complaining again. I don't understand what's up with this puppy. All right, so we had a lot of big news today. The Morphew case was dismissed against, the murder charges against Barry. I did a video on that earlier. Apparently nobody got a notification. I was wondering what the heck was the deal, because that was pretty big news and the turnout was really poor. So then everybody was saying they didn't get a notification. So I don't know what's up with YouTube. I don't know if anyone's going to be here much, but there's some people trickling in. Maybe we should wait just a couple of minutes. Now some more are coming in. Hopefully they're going to send out notifications, unless they're just totally broken. But let's see. Hi Marissa, hi Carol Plant. 1 second. Let me see if I'm going to have to let her out again. I don't know what she wants to do. Okay, so hi Whisper to Me. Hi Haley Ryan. Hang on, I'm going to have to let them out. I don't know what's going on. Okay, sorry about that. Now, hi, Cranky Babishka. So she remained basically silent. She acknowledged the plea, the charges against her, that she understood them, and she understood the penalties to the judge in just barely a whisper. But when it came to enter a plea, her attorney spoke up for her, said she wishes to remain silent, which is her right. And the judge then, the lawyer asked, the judge to enter the plea of not guilty. So the plea of not guilty was entered for her on every charge. And then they talked about the trial coming up, and what that entailed. And they have something set up for Chad in January, but they have a 6-month time frame that they're going to revisit things. So let's see what Nate Eaton said about this today. He said that Lori remained silent during her arraignment on Tuesday. Her attorney asked the judge to enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. Oh my gosh, this is seated next to her attorneys. She was seated next to Jim Archibald and John Thomas. She was dressed in a blue shirt, gray slacks, and blue frame glasses. She showed absolutely no emotion as District Judge Stephen Boyce read out the felony charges she's facing in relation to the death of her children and her current husband's first wife. Charges include first-degree murder in the death of Tylee Ryan, first-degree murder in the death of J.J. Vallow, first-degree murder in the death of her current husband, Chad Daybell's first wife, Tammy Daybell, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception in the death of Tylee Ryan, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception in the death of J.J. Vallow, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of Tammy Daybell, and grand theft related to Social Security survivor benefits over $1,000 allocated for the care of minors Tylee Ryan and J.J. Vallow that were appropriated after the children were missing and ultimately found deceased. Her attorney, Archibald, indicated that Lori is not waiving her right to a speedy trial and Her trial is currently scheduled with Chad's in January of 2023. This is her first public court hearing since she was declared incompetent for trial in June of 2021, but we know that after spending 10 months in that Idaho Department of Health and Welfare facility, the judge deemed her fit for trial last week, which you see on the thumbnail. You see her new mugshot, which is a stark difference, right? And she was transferred to the Madison County Jail, where Fremont County female inmates are housed, early last Thursday morning. JJ's grandparents were in the seats, Larry and Kay Woodcock, along with Annie Cushing, Tylee Ryan's aunt. As the judge discussed JJ and his death, the Woodcocks broke down crying. I was very saddened to hear JJ's name, and I'm very happy with the stage we're in right now, that the case is moving forward, Larry said during a press conference after the arraignment. Lori's day will come. She's going to have a miserable life, and that's all I ask for. I know that justice will be served. Kay didn't think she would feel anything when Daybell walked into the courtroom, but she said seeing her again was unnerving. October 19th was discussed as a possible date for Lori's trial. Kay noted that is the same date as Chad's wife, Tammy, died. It just shows God's hand is in this, said Kay. Now, the arraignment happened about... Let me open this. Hold on. So here's the Woodcocks outside after. The arraignment happened about an hour after Chad had a hearing, and that had wrapped up. The focus of Chad's hearing was the cost of busing jurors from Ada County to Fremont County for what was originally a joint trial. Prosecutors argued it will be significantly cheaper to have jurors brought in rather than holding proceedings in Boise. Chad's attorney asked the court to uphold its original decision, and Judge Stephen Boyce will issue a written ruling on the matter at a later date. Chad's also facing multiple counts of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and insurance fraud. He pled not guilty to all charges and remains in the Fremont County Jail. So there is a video on the eastidahonews.com page. I can put that here. You can watch it if you haven't seen it. Nothing really shattering. Like I said, she is silent for the whole thing, except for the little whispers of that she understands this or that. But now, let's see. That was about the size of that. Hold on, let me put this link in here. Here's a link where you can watch the hearing. And that's the East Idaho News page on this. And hi, everybody. How are you doing? So, wow. Still, I don't know what's going on with our viewership here. It's got me a little concerned, quite frankly. Two big developments, Morphew dismissed, and now Lori Vallow. And just, we're not in the algorithms anymore, I'm afraid. No, I don't think so. But hi, Linda. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Nana Patty. Hi, Marissa Cart. I don't know what's going on. Who got notifications? Hi, 10th Angel. Hi, White Rabbit. I don't use the notifications, only sub to 1,000. If someone goes live, their channel is usually at the top. That's how I find them. Hi, Kat Paffett. Hi, Bridget. Yeah, I saw the I saw the detectives, yep, sitting behind them. She had no emotion and had her attorney plead for her, exactly. You didn't get a notification again, Mimi? I don't know what's going on. Jennifer Hayes, you did get a notification, Jennifer? Wow. You got a notification, Marissa? You did. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I watched Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp wasn't as... today was, besides some talk about his childhood, it did get rather tedious and monotonous. I don't know how you felt. I mean, it was like... enough already. Get to the crux of what we're here for, you know? I don't know. Didn't, you got a notification too? Wow. Hi, Annie B. I don't know. That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't understand what's up with that. If you can share it out, share it out. I don't know what's happened to our algorithm. Our algorithm is in the basement. I think all of these the garbage channels that tagged us did that to us, and that's a sadly unfortunate thing. But I don't know. You didn't get a notification, Annie? Yeah, I think it's between no notifications and what then that does to the algorithms there. I don't know, because two times today, two big case updates, Morphew and now Lori Vallow, and what's going on. So no idea what's going on. And Kevin Leonard, I didn't get a notification. See what I mean? That's what I think it is. Is that happening to everybody today? I don't know. You feel that way, Marissa, about the... Yeah, today was kind of like a little bit just overkill, okay? Like, when did you go to carry? You know, it was... He went on these huge, long monologues. You forgot it was even, a trial. He would talk for, gosh, how many, 20, 25 minutes without being even interrupted with another question? Yeah, that was really a lot of information, right? And he was taking a long time to get to what he was saying. And that was, that drives me crazy as a New Yorker, because I just like, spit it out. But, yeah, it was just, he was hemming and hawing a little bit. And I was like, come on, you can do it. You can do it, Roy. Hi, sour milk and cookies. So, yeah, I don't know. I think everyone is watching Johnny Depp, so I'm watching later to catch up. Yeah, I don't know, Sherry. I don't know about his drug use. It wasn't that much about his drug use. A lot of it today was about his upbringing, about how he became, he was in a band, and how was he discovered, and then Pirates of the Caribbean, and how did that come about, and yeah, very little was on the other stuff. Very little. Only very little at the end. That was it. When he started to talk about Amber, and that, about nude scenes and stuff when he met her and she didn't want to do them. It was very little over there. I mean, it was mostly, maybe tomorrow will be better. They'll get into some more of it. But, wow, it was... He sounded like he took some relaxers before going on the stand. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one too many relaxers. And why does he always give you the air that he was born like in the UK? Why does he always... I know that he uses a lot of expressions that, he was born in Kentucky and then he moved to Florida as a child. He even said his mother was very unrefined, growing up in an area of Kentucky where people lived in shacks and hollers, and his father was refined, he said, but he always gives you the air that he is from England or something. I don't know. Just like he always says, she's full of more shite than a Christmas goose. I mean, who uses that stuff? And I don't know. Someone said that he loves the British humor and stuff, so maybe he watched so much of that, and he's just kind of taken that persona on, but fake Irish accent at times. Don't you notice that? Don't you notice that he doesn't? Yeah, I mean, he was born in Kentucky, grew up in Florida, and moved around a lot, yes, but it wasn't that he was living over there in the UK or anything. So what is all the, this whole thing where he's like trying to be British or something? I don't know. It just seems that way. Seems like he's in character, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yet sometimes through those texts, he's got some really colorful language and everything. I don't know. Because he is friends with Keith Richards, probably. Possibly. I don't know. I just Because even my daughter was surprised. She goes like this, he was born in Kentucky? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know where he gets this such a air about him. I don't know. You're behind, but you got a notification for this one, not the Morphew video. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. You wish he would marry you, Haley? Oh, I don't dislike the guy. I just wonder why he's not that persona, because he seems to get an accent at times as well, you know? So, hold on. Jimmy, could you please let Lucy out again? So yeah, I was surprised he was born in Kentucky. Yeah, and then his mother was, like, he said, an unrefined woman, grew up in an area of Kentucky that people lived in shacks and hollers and things like that. Yeah, and, hi, Janae Ann. I don't know, his mother sounded like a real peach of a woman, didn't she? And, or Madonna got hers. Oh, I haven't heard from Madonna in a long time. Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. No, he does not appear as aggressive as all. No, I don't think he is. I'm just wondering why he appears or uses language or seems to appear British. But anyway, Amber's eyes looked all puffy underneath today, so I don't know. She didn't look like she had that flawless skin. Did you notice that her eyes underneath looked swollen or something? Shacks and hollers. And so, yeah, that's the kind of like where they were talking about with Summer Wells in Tennessee. Same kind of stuff. But, you know, dropped out of school at 15. Yeah. Oh, he's laid back, Janae, yeah. I'm thinking it's that acting part of him that never stops acting in public. Yeah, I think so, Bridget, but I think he's obsessed a little bit with being British. You know, and it's very funny. I heard someone say, Johnny wanted that trial in Virginia. This is what I mean. He didn't want that trial in Virginia. That's where the trial had to be because of the jurisdiction. I laughed my head off last night on that one. Laughed my head off that he wanted it in Virginia because it's a very remote place or something the person said. I'm just laughing. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. Lori Vallow, we've got, you've all heard about Morphew, right? Okay. So, let me see here. A holler is the regional dialect pronunciation of hollow, referring to a broad natural hollow as of one a creek has carved. Okay. A lens on Kentucky life. It visit Butcher Hollow. It's birthplace of Loretta Lynn. It's a term. It means roots. Actually, okay, if you look at Loretta Lynn's birthplace in Kentucky, and it was in Butcher Holler, it's just how they refer to that area, I guess. It's in their dialect. Coal miner's daughter kind of stuff. Country legend. Hollers are most like, okay, what is a hollow in Kentucky? And it says, let's see, It's generally located in eastern Kentucky, where there are many hills. Holler or hollow is the ground space between the hills. It's so hilly that often you can't see far in any directions. Roads can only be 2-lane, and houses are built along the roads because you can't build back into a neighborhood. And then someone said, I grew up in eastern Kentucky. We call them hollers. The one closest to me was called Candy Holler. It was a small area nestled between 2 mountains or hills. If you do an online search of hollers, you may be able to find some pictures. It's a really beautiful area, as backwoods as it sounds to some. Okay, so hollers are little natural dugouts around a family's homestead, hidden away from the world. They were also great places to brew moonshine, white lightning, and bootleg whiskey. That stuff could curl your hair. Hollows or hollers are what the rest of the country calls valleys. Hollers are usually narrow, anywhere from a few hundred yards to a mile or so in width. A stream or creek will usually run through the holler. Hollers are most often found in eastern Kentucky, where the land is thick, with small mountains which allow for many narrow valleys. Further west, in the Pennyrile area and Knobs area, they are called hollows and are usually wider than in the eastern part of the state. In the south central and Jackson Purchase, they are not called anything for the most part, since the land is more flat and valleys do not occur often. So, what can I tell you? That's what he said. Those are his words on the stand. I'm just the messenger. Like a small valley. And I guess there were these houses which he called shacks around them. Billy Boy Blue, where have you been? You're like Lisa D used to be, a one day on, a few day off kind of friend. You didn't get notice of this or the berry. Well, I'm figuring that. That's what it figures. So I'm figuring that. Uh-oh, why did Barry come up there? Hold on. We're on Lori Daybell. We're not on Barry Morphew. Though Barry Morphew, everybody understands what happened there, right? Doesn't mean that he's scot-free. Hey, Biker's Wife, how are you? Holler we described at the foot of our ground, up the dirt road, kind of like a cul-de-sac, but ground at the foot of a hill. Sheesh, I was born up the holler and over yonder. Yeah. So, in the hollers. You don't know what happened, Kathy? Well, the prosecution filed the motion to dismiss, not the defense. The prosecution did it this time. And they are able to do that as long as it's in good faith, and they did it without prejudice. And because they did it without prejudice, it means that should information come up, they can refile those very same charges. And this is not an acquittal, and he's not, scot-free, like I said. They said the reason they did this was because they are honed in on an area where they believe Suzanne is. But because of the snow being 5 feet deep in some areas and it being very treacherous, mountainous area, they can't get to it now. And the trial is due to start on April 28th. They would never have that information. And without the body, well, they run the risk, a lot of risk here in their case. And if it they'd rather not take that chance. The family is in total agreement with the dismissal, with prejudice. And so what is going to happen is that they're going to keep pursuing that. And if they find that body, then that body is going to be proof that, number one, Suzanne is deceased, because without that body, there can always be the argument that maybe she isn't. And that body may have evidence that would link Barry to her murder. So what they're hoping is that they can find her. So what's happened to him now he is in the same position as he was before his arrest. Doesn't mean he's not going to get arrested again. Doesn't mean he's not going to be charged again. Doesn't mean he's not going to be charged with murder again. But they're just taking a little break so they can get that area investigated. Oh, you're welcome, Aurora. So, wonderful. You know, that's good news. Good news because they'll have a stronger case. Right now, what if they did pursued it and then he got off? Then that's it. Bye-bye. See you later. You know, then they could find the body. Bye-bye, see you later. But anyway, yeah, so that's what they've chosen to do. And so he's still got this black cloud hovering over him, right? Especially now since they said that, hi, Chris Ray, they are honing in on an area, right? Could he leave the country? Well, if he's in the same position as before, I'm not sure on that one, Denise. Not sure. Let me see if I can find out. Let me see. Let me see. Ow. Hold on. Be good if I put his last slide. Let's see. Okay, the couple's two grown daughters. That was. Hold on. Yes.
Kids, the food upstairs with me and that feeling.
She's on. Okay.
What'd you say?
1 second. Okay, so let's see now. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's an answer on that. DA drops. Let's see if he can. Body for further forensic examination. Okay. Let's see. See, but his defense attorney, Iris Itan, argued that the case should be dismissed with prejudice so that it could not be refiled. She said that the prosecutor, Stanley, was acting in bad faith and dismissing the case to avoid the steep sanctions over the discovery violations. She accused the prosecution of judge shopping. They're going to try this case again. They're going to evade the court's rulings, Itan argued in court. Lama rejected that argument, saying he did not find bad faith and it was reasonable for the prosecution to reassess their case after he limited their expert witnesses. The judge previously excluded 12 of the prosecution's 14 expert witnesses in the case as punishment for the district attorney's negligent and arguably reckless pattern of violating discovery rules. That was written in an April 8th order. Prosecutors are required to turn over potentially exculpatory evidence to the defense ahead of the trial, but Stanley and her team repeatedly missed deadlines, they misrepresented evidence, and they failed to turn over key information. And I quote the judge saying, over the last 8 months and over multiple days of hearings, the court has witnessed a pattern of disregard by the people towards its Rule 16 obligations. This court has repeatedly noted it does not in any way condone the people's behavior. And that was in a 20-page order, and went on to say the behavior has, in the court's eyes, been recognizably consistent. While the court does not find this pattern willfully willful based on the record, the court does find this pattern to be negligent, bordering on reckless. And here's Barry. Here's Barry trucking out of the court today. Look at this. Shamil. They look like they're ready to do a dance, right? We're gonna do it. Don't they? Look at them. Does everybody have that? Nope, that daughter missed the cue. She needed the other leg forward, daughter. She messed up. She was not part of the synchronized action there. She needed that. She's got to shuffle. But yeah, look at the smiles on everybody. Smiles, everyone smiles. And they're leaving with their defense attorney, who's given them a point. Like, look at these people. Look how happy they are. Don't you want me as your attorney? Because of those failures, Lama said prosecution experts in DNA, vehicle data, and cell phone data analysis could not testify during the jury trial, essentially excluding information that the prosecution said in court filings was critical to their case. The court functionality excluded the people's best evidence to move forward in this case by severely limiting our experts' testimony, the motion to dismiss reads. So that testimony that was not allowed in because of the prosecution's actions, not releasing the discovery and stuff on time, which is just stupid because they lost their ability to have these expert witnesses there. So now it was imperative they better find that body. Yeah, it's all on themselves what they did. Denver defense attorney David Lane said that the sanctions imposed in the Morphew case were unusual, and he would like to see even more severe punishment. Most prosecutors play with the rules of professionalism and ethics, he said. You don't really see it very often, but these prosecutors apparently have never read these rules, much less complied with them. It's very unusual to have all these shenanigans come up in one case. He suggested that the judge should have taken additional steps to punish the violations, like recommending the prosecutors face disciplinary action or holding them in contempt of court. Striking witnesses is a pretty strong remedy, and I commend the judge for doing that. But they apparently haven't learned their lesson, even from that. During and after Tuesday's hearing, Barry Morphew cried and hugged his daughters. He declined to comment as he left court. His bond was lifted, his GPS monitoring will end, and his passport will be returned, so I guess he can leave the country. The jury trial, for which 1,000 people has been summoned to appear for jury selection beginning April 28th, was canceled. Suzanne Morphew's family supports the dismissal of charges at this time, though for different reasons. Morphew's daughters believe he is innocent, they said in court Tuesday, but Suzanne Morphew's siblings hope to see the murder case renewed in the future. Macy Morphew said in court Tuesday that she was looking forward to taking time to heal and hopefully finding out what really happened to our mom. We fully support this dismissal, Mallory Morphew said. We know our dad didn't have anything to do with it. Suzanne Morphew's brother, David Mormon, appeared virtually and told the judge he hoped to see this through to the end. I'm sure we'll be back in this courtroom in the future, and I look forward to that day, he said. After the hearing, the attorney, Iris Aitan, said she was disappointed not to bring the case to trial, but she believed Barry Morphew would have been acquitted and could have cleared his name, instead of community members having the perception that he got away with murder. Prosecution was manufacturing a murder case, she said. Stanley, the district attorney, declined to comment after the hearing. Now, it does seem like a matter of injustice if the prosecution doesn't comply with orders to release discovery, that they then exclude expert witnesses from a trial. Let's say this went to trial. That could mean that without those expert witnesses, let's say that Barry was acquitted, how is that justice? How is that justice? Wouldn't the punishment be for the prosecutors to be punished and either removed from their positions, but to remove the witnesses and in turn the evidence that could convict him, that doesn't seem in the best interest of justice. Does it? It doesn't to me. The prosecution should be punished, but it shouldn't impede the justice to be served. So that's very weird, but that's one of the reasons they also, but having no body and then having all of those expert witnesses thrown out to punish them. Who did they really punish? They punished the victim's family in getting the justice for their family member. That doesn't make any sense. It just absolutely does not make any sense. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And that's why they have not even seen that before, that other attorney was saying. But it just seems absolutely ridiculous. If I was the victim's family, I would be upset on that part of it. Totally. So now what? Now their case hinges on finding that body, and they think they've honed in on that. And are they saying that to just get out of this? Just to get out of this today? It was dismissed without prejudice, but oh my gosh, yeah. 13/6/19. Yeah, right. And also 1 and 3 and 6 is 9. Right. And 13 and 6 is 19. That's right. And 4 and 6 is my birthday. And 6 and 4 is 10. For some reason, Ray wants me to think of the number 10. But, yeah. There has been a lot of hinky stuff in this case from officials to law enforcement. Yeah. I don't know. So, they're hinging on finding that body, but are they really? Are they really, or is it just a way just to get away from this case? I don't know. Oh, yeah, we're doing math. I'm always doing math with numbers. But that's about the size of that. So Lori Vallow, and then we have Morphew, Johnny Depp. We can talk about a little more later. Brophy. That trial is lasting a long time, and I think she's guilty, and that's going to be that, the end of that. Billy Boy plot twist. A journalist off screen just asked their lawyer who was actually guilty. What? What, Billy Boy? Barry will be gone in 10 days. No, my birthday's not June 10th. My birthday is June the 4th. So 6 is June, 4 is the day. June 4th. Well, I hope they find her when the snow melts. Well, we'll see. Right? See. Also, 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Anyway, you look at that, that's 19. Okay, anyway, you look at it, it's 19. The 19 follows me. So there's going to be a meme. There's going to be so many memes with that. But the daughter in the white pants messed up on the synchronized legs. she couldn't get that other leg out there. Your son is June 5th? She had a Shamil schmozzle. I mean, they look like they're headed into a dance. Okay. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he'll go. Maybe Costa Rica. Don't they all go to Costa Rica? Oh, that's always been my number, but it's around me all the time, Aurora. He might be able to afford the evil lawyer's second time around. You mean he might not be able to? You're making memes? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're making the memes, right? Look at, I mean, it's pretty unprofessional of her, you know, pointing like that. And, but then she doesn't have those professional binders like some of the YouTube attorneys wannabes do, right? Maybe if she had her professional binders, she would be more professional. You know. Anyway. Oh, no. But that's about it. So see you later. I'll go have... Right, might not. That's what I knew you meant that. And Billy Boy, where did you go all that time? You don't even come out when we call you 3 times like the others do. So anyway, I still have to buy water shoes and gotta get on. I keep sitting on here and not doing that, but I had other things to take care of. And like someone is missing here. Right, yeah. Well, look at his chest all puffed out. He's probably sitting down to like surf and turf tonight. Yeah, they should have all had their shades on. That, yeah, they should have, right? Goodbye, Elizabeth T. But anyway, I'll see you guys later tonight. All right, everybody have a good time. Take care. Bye-bye.